Welcome back to the shop. Derek Wolfson here from Ironclad Metalworks with a little bit different Tool Tuesday today. This is my demo bag, which is more just a collection of tools I used this past week, demoing a basement that flooded this year for my wife and I in our new house. So we're getting some waterproofing done and thought, maybe I'll take a video of unpacking all these tools because it ended up being a larger collection than I thought I'd be using. So let's get to it. Oh, this bag's heavy. Set it over here. Let's start with tried and true stuff. Maybe not the sexiest things you should, you don't see a lot of videos about, but PPE. There was a lot of drywall demo. There was a lot of just nasty stuff, and our house is about 100 years old. I don't know, does it have lead paint on the walls? I didn't get it tested. But you know, better safe than sorry in my mind. This actually is a different respirator I was using. These vapor canisters are pretty used up. I actually was using this and it was pretty hard to breathe and nearly passed out. And then went upstairs, laid down and fell out of bed and hurt my ribs pretty bad. So be sure to change out your canisters. These are actually vapor canisters for painting, but these P100 pink discs are just awesome for keeping particulate out. I wear these while welding too. Ear protection for using loud tools, hands, and goggles. So always protect your eyes. It's not worth losing your eyes over something. So again, we got a 100-year-old house. Here's a tried and true in my shop, a Fluke 73 3 multimeter. There was just weird wiring, so had to bust this out to figure out some issues so I could get some wires fixed up. Some tin snips. Actually used these to cut a little piece of tin to cover an old, it was a, what was it? Fireplace clean out that had completely rusted away and ended up being this kind of like creepy old hole in the side of our masonry of our foundation walls. So I borrowed these from my father-in-law. It's this Stanley. I'll be honest, these are pretty nice, better than most tin snips I've used. I don't know how much use these have gotten, but worked really well cutting, I believe, about 16 gauge galvanized. Some other grab bag stuff in here. Got snapping pliers. These, I wouldn't expect these to be in my demo bag, but we had an issue. The tub was leaking, and it had kind of a tub with a foam washer on the back and a retaining ring. And due to the way our tub is set up, I had to use these to pull it forward so I could get that retaining ring down tight enough because it just kind of was snapping. I think it was called a Watco type drain. Not really something I've seen for the tub overflow or whatever. But anyways, I love these snap ring pliers. Didn't expect to use them for this job, but I did. Down to some tools that I have had on the channel before. These are the Vessel Megadora Impacta. Maybe these are Impacta. I don't know what they call these. Maybe these are just the Vessel Megadora 970 series. These are demo screwdrivers. So if you can see that tip, it's got a real nice aggressive tip. I didn't use these as much as I thought I would. I think if I was doing more tile demo, probably would have used these. This big one's pretty meaty. I did use this a few times just to kind of get behind some drywall. Great tools, honestly. Pretty happy with them. Maybe used them a little less for demo than I thought I would. But yeah, cool tools. Check them out. Down to some other side cutters. Honestly, this cobalt stuff has served me quite well. I've had these for quite some time. You know, I don't think it's anything to write home about, but pick these up at Lowe's or Home Depot. I think it's Lowe's does cobalt. These are made in China. I'll probably try to get some Knipex someday, but you know, I can't afford nice tools for everything. Back to wiring. These Klein Catapult wire strippers are awesome. If you can see how these work, as you compact, those two dies come together, that cuts the wire and then strips it off that way. This back jaw holds the wire as you do that. There's probably lots of videos on these specific units on YouTube because honestly, these are the best wire strippers I have used. And I used to do a lot of small kind of power, battery related electronic stuff, and did a lot of wire stripping and wish I had these at that time. I was using a cheaper pair and these are definitely a time saver. Tried and true screwdrivers, a tiny little phthalo ergonic flathead. This was for getting some little fixtures off the wall, and then the tried and true Phillips too. Love these screwdrivers. You've probably seen them before on my channel. Check them out if you're looking for that sort of stuff. Here's the other set of snap ring pliers. I think I got these. I don't know the brand. These definitely came from Napa. I don't know if these are Carlisle or not, but these Protos are way better. But I actually had to buy these because the jaws of these were a little bit slimmer. And now if I need to make a special pair and grind this down, I would much rather mess with this pair than these Protos, which I absolutely love. More pliers. So some of these guys, these are great for pulling nails. I think these are probably called nail pullers. I honestly don't know the name of this tool. Someone let me know. But work great for grabbing nails and pulling them out. Can't do drywall demo without a blade. I love these Olfa blades. You've probably seen them before. You can snap them off and get a fresh blade. I think I got 2 or 3 of these actually in the bag right now. Should probably put these back in their normal positions. But do like these. Pick these up from Amazon Japan. Great deal. Here's the 4th one. So yeah, can't have too many blades laying around. More Bondus stuff. I just threw these in the bag in case I needed to do any hex related stuff. I really like this set. This comes, I forget what they call this coating. I'll have to look it up. But I do like this Bondus set versus their kind of black finish tools. They do feel a little nicer in the hand. I'm sure longevity wise that both of these tools are going to work great, but you can kind of see these just look and honestly feel nicer in your hand. These are pretty industrial, have that kind of flat black finish. It's not coming off on your hands at all. It's not dirty. But yeah, I do like this. You pay a little extra for these. I do like that the metric are gold and the SAE or inch size stuff is silver, so you can keep that separate. So let's just throw those back into the box. Oh yeah, a little nut driver using these Astro pneumatic stubbies. This was being used with, I believe, some of these concrete Tapcon screws. I am not a home builder or a carpenter by any means, so I picked this stuff up from Home Depot. I thought these worked pretty well. Honestly, probably could have just put some anchors in the wall for what I was doing, but I thought I'd give these a try. These bits are pretty nice little carbide tip concrete bits. I have other carbide tipped bits around the shop, but didn't want to mostly use those for kind of specialty metal stuff, so I didn't want to use those. These are pretty affordable for what they are. So yeah, I'll just throw those into the hardware kit and be ready to go. And yeah, this little nut driver worked great. Just a cheapo little hex to 3/8 drive. And then I got a full set of these. So let's throw that back on the rail, that back in the box. Oh, onto hammers. Can't have too many hammers, and then I'm going to come off camera and get you another hammer. I don't have a great collection of construction style hammers. I think the hammers I have more are dead blows. And I really like this S-Wing. This Cobalt's come in handy, pretty heavy duty. And then borrowed this baby from my father-in-law. That's a big old sledge. I don't know how much that weighs. I don't know who makes this. You can see how much use it gets by how many cobwebs are on it, but this was great for bringing down studs. Didn't even really need to swing it very high. I could just kind of almost do what's that game, long game, croquet. I think that's what it's called, croquet. Do a little swing. So yeah, can't have too many hammers, can't have too many pry bars when you're demoing stuff. So yeah, love these tools. This claw hammer, I believe, is probably made in China. Stanley, it served me fine. I think if we, on the rebuild side of this, I might get a nicer claw hammer, just for driving nails. As far as bit organization, I have one of these. This is from Ernst. I believe they call this a bit locker. Could be wrong. These are cool. Honestly, I like how this fits in the toolbox. I usually keep my, bit holders in here and so on and so forth. Wherever I put that, I can put that back. these work pretty well. And I do like that you can kind of bring this with you anywhere you go as far as kind of storing bits. So let's get that back in the box. That one's back in the box, sorry. And then we're down to pry bars, other random stuff. Oh yeah, this little set of Cobra Knipex came in handy. Honestly, these small ones, I'm probably gonna get a pliers wrench in this size too. This is the 8701 150. I think this is the 5 or 6 inch version of these. Just came in handy getting into tight spots. I absolutely love these tools, so I should probably fill in between this size and that size. Little nail pullers. Mostly use this to remove trim. I'm not crazy about the other side of this. This is actually my father-in-law's. This looks like it is Yamaguchi, which I'm assuming is made in Japan. Cool. It says Niwatori. Yeah, this will be going back to him, but cool tool. Honestly, this thing's really well built. I thought it was S-Wing, but looks like it's made in Japan. Gorilla Tape. Funny story. I was actually trying to figure out that tub leak and use this to tape an old iPhone to a stick and shove it up into a wall cavity because I was a little scared to just shove my hand up into the wall cavity because it's pretty spidery looking. So can never have too much duct tape or Gorilla Tape laying around. More Milwaukee stuff. I actually got this for free. I don't remember why. Just sent an email around. They were giving away free shockwave stuff and some face masks and whatnot. I'm pretty happy with these bits. The bit holder is really nice. It's made its way into that Ernst thing I showed you earlier. But I do like this case, and you know, Phillips 2 is missing because I was using it. Some other random pry stuff. This is brand new, actually, this S-Wing. And I don't even know if I used that. I'm not even sure I have the tool I use mostly. I had a Milwaukee nail puller that I was using almost exclusively. This thing's great though. I mean, honestly, I really like S-Wing stuff. And you know, I think having a pry bar like this laying around is a good thing, especially as a homeowner. Had this 3 set of these Dasco Pros. Use these for removing trim. These are also basically brand new. Bought these specific for the job. Used them less than I thought I would. But again, it's nice to have kind of a collection of random stuff. Down into the power tools, this M12 hacksaw was really handy. I use these demo blades. Honestly, I really like this thing. We have a full-size, you know, plug into the wall reciprocating saw, but this one just, it's pretty cool. Honestly, I really like this tool. It'd be really helpful with some of the more automotive stuff I've been doing, you know, cutting exhaust pipes or broken bolts. Just, you know, you can get this in places. So nice tool, very happy with it. Happy with these demo blades by Diablo. I think these are the wood with nails. I'm not sure. They probably make about 100 different kinds of that. So, but anyways, cool tools. Had, you know, this vessel down there. Honestly, I love this screwdriver. This is the Vessel TD 6800. I have put one of these in my toolbox. I gave one to my father-in-law. I put one in our house. I'll probably put one out in our garden shed because just honestly, as far as a ratcheting screwdriver goes, this thing has a lot to offer. Has nice bit carousels. And if you saw the videos when I was first showing this, these things get really tight, but as you use them, they become very, very easy to use. And just like nice compact. Love the ratcheting drivers with a big carousel for kind of everyday carry or multi-use stuff. So if you're looking for something like that, that's really good. It has a really nice ratcheting mechanism. I will say, if you're a stickler of where your tools are made, this vessel unit is not made in Japan. This is made in Thailand. Here's another vessel ratcheting driver, which I used quite often. It's that ball driver. Really like this tool. Honestly, this is really awesome. Super easy to use. You can do it one-handed if you want. It's really just very, very nice, very comfortable in the hand. Down to impact bits. I've done a video comparing these against the Wera bits, which I also ended up using. Are they in this bag? I don't know. Maybe somewhere. Really like these. Again, this bit holder is absolute garbage, so I was using that Milwaukee one with these. But I was using a lot of the Torx and the Phillips, and really there's just absolutely no wear on the bits I have used in this. And I was using this to remove all sorts of drywall screws, many of which were pretty stripped. And this grabbed really nicely. It certainly felt like I was using a high quality bit set there. So happy with that purchase. Stanley tape measure. I think everyone should have a small tape measure. You know, whether 6 feet, 10 feet, I think 10 or 12 feet's the like good size. It's just so much easier to use. It's so small and light. You can kind of throw it in your pocket if you want to. 25-foot tapes, obviously longer tapes have their place if you're doing larger spaces, but you know, for making small measurements, pick one of these up next time you're at Home Depot or Ace or whatever for a few bucks. Been really happy with this. I actually got this in my Japanese tool haul, and what this is a little they call it a pocket pokey blade disposal can. What you do is after you know, this is a pretty worn blade right there. You just shove it in there and snap it off, and then it falls into the trap and close it up. You cannot open this, so you can hear there's all sorts of blades in there. I think that's a little bit safer than, say, you know, grabbing some side cutters, snapping it off, maybe it gets lost. Yeah, just thought it was a kind of a neat little thing. A couple bucks. You can buy these in the US as well. Down to things that aren't tools that you absolutely need. This is my speaker, and without music, what would it be doing work in the shop or in the house? I really like this. This is a UE Boom or UE Boom 2. I'm not an audiophile by any means, but this thing takes a beating and can handle the dust. I think it's waterproof. It might float. So yeah, always have good music on hand, doing stuff you don't want to do, like demoing a basement. What else we got here? We got this vessel, which the magnet tip has gotten all sorts of crud all over it. It's a little ratcheting driver. Didn't end up using this at all, but thought if I had to get into some weird spaces, that would be useful to have. What else we got here? Looks like that bag's empty, so let's move to the next bag. I don't think I spoke about these. These actually are some cheapo, probably Chinese units, wire strippers, and these have been really good. This is a company called IWISS. I don't know if that's IWIS or something. I bought this in a ratcheting crimper set. Came with a bunch of dies, just for doing automotive stuff. And honestly, these wire strippers have really impressed me. So I like this style. You know, not as much as this Klein, but you know, depending on the size of wire or what I'm doing, you know, these are a little bit more compact, and definitely like having these around. Down to power tools, you know, Milwaukee hammer drill. Use this not a ton, but it's good to have down there when I needed to use it. Use this extensively. This is my Milwaukee M12 screwdriver. I think I got this on a Black Friday deal because it came, I think for 68 bucks, you got this, 2 batteries and a charger. And I needed the batteries, so sold the tool to someone else for like 40 bucks. And then had a bunch of interior work actually on a van, and I said, oh man, it'd be really nice to have something kind of in this form factor, nice and light, especially with these 2 amp hour batteries. And dude, I use this tool all the time. Honestly, this will probably get its own Tool Tuesday episode, because it's just one of those tools that I think everyone should have because it's so versatile. Let's talk a little bit about bits. This is the wrap adapter from Wera, which came out of a bit set I have, I think, sitting over here. Yeah, here's a few things I should grab on camera. Yeah, so you've seen this in the videos if you watched all my videos. This Wera bit check, and it came with the wrap adapter and a full set of 30 bits. And I think I got this for, say, 30-ish bucks. I think these wrap adapters are about $20 on their own. So I think it's a good deal if you can find a deal on a set like this. But really, really, really like these. Let me just grab a bit out. Here's a Phillips one. They take the bit and retain it really nicely. So, you know, when you're doing construction style work, I found if you use, you know, one of these type bits in a bit retainer that doesn't have like a locking collar, you end up, you know, you put this in the screw and you pull it off the wall and the bit stays in the wall. This wrap adapter has very positive connection, so that doesn't happen at all. And honestly, it was so nice to not have that happening with all the drywall screws that I was removing. So I'm a huge fan of this little thing from Wera, and I suggest everyone buys them, even if they seem quite expensive. Certainly put this through a lot of work the last week, and I'm very, very happy. I'm very happy with this bit check as well. Do check my video out comparing this set of bits to this set of bits. I ended up keeping both because I think they are both just awesome to have around for stuff like this. Down to tools, I used a ton. This was what I was talking about earlier. I was at Home Depot, just look, I had to do a lot of nail removal. We're saving the studs from the walls. Our basement was finished previously. And this little nail remover, this isn't like a special Milwaukee tool. It was just the only brand Home Depot had. I think I was trying to find the Dasco or Estwing one that was a few dollars cheaper, because I mean, really, what could be that different? This thing worked great. Honestly, I'd probably go buy a bigger one of these. I thought I was going to end up using this nail tool a lot more than this one, and really found myself, you know, just, you can really reef on this. It's nice and beefy. You know, you can get the nail going and hit the top with a hammer. Cool tool. And I'm sure all the people around the job site are going to think I'm kind of a softie for liking the Milwaukee version, because you paid a little extra for that brand name there. I do like Milwaukee tools, but I understand that you know, there's that fanboy thing. And the impact, use this impact a lot. I'm just huge fan of these Milwaukee power tools. They're what I use all the time in my shop. So I think that's mostly everything. There's a few other big pry bars somewhere laying around in my shop. I don't know, I'm pretty tired. So yeah, let me put this mess away. So yeah, that's why I think it's worth having tools around. Probably saved a bunch of money demoing this myself. Certainly am tired from doing this job, but you know, it's nice to be able to do the stuff that you need to do around the house, and take on larger projects. And I think that is a little harder to do if you don't have the right tools to do the job, or at least it's a little more frustrating. So let's leave it at that. I'm gonna go rest on this lovely, I'm filming this on a Saturday afternoon, beautiful day, and we'll check you again for another Tool Tuesday. If you like what you're seeing, please like and subscribe, and we will catch you later.